All right, guys, so welcome back. We're about to go ahead and jump right into this video. I've already literally basically done my little one eyebrow, and I've done my color correcting. I color correct a lot. I used to do it back in the day when I used to do my makeup a lot. Right now my makeup is all orange and looks crazy probably, but the color corrector that I use is my OG, which is our LA Pro concealer. This is in the shade literally called Orange Corrector, and this neutralizes dark tones. Since like everything's been going on with me, which I'm gonna obviously talk about in this little chit chat, get ready with me type video, I've been just a mess. My face, my body, like my mental, everything has just been a fool. And I'm just going to just get that together. If you guys are wondering, I am looking in this mirror right here, and it has to be kind of close because we all know I wear glasses, and I did not think to put in my contacts before this, but I do have dark pigmentation from here where my glasses sit, you know, right here on the bridge of my nose. So I did make sure I covered that, and I did cover my bags because now your girl has bags again from being up all night and just being tired and just whatever. So yeah, and then this brush is a Pro Foundation 70. So basically, to jump into the video, today we're going to just be talking about, you know, just updating, like basically updating you guys. I've been literally doing like a back and forth for myself and just in general on if I should even do a video like this because of the fact of everything that I may or may not say or leave in this video. And also, I just really did not know if I was even going to be able to even get through this video due to the fact of I just cry about everything. And let me see, because I want to try this, but I think this is too light. Yeah, that's too light today. So yeah. So basically, what I have going on. Basically, as you guys know, I did end up moving to Houston, Texas. I have been in Houston now since April 30th. Literally, it's like the exact day I got here. I got here like super late, like almost like a midnight flight. I got here, and I officially got my keys like the 31st. And then my first actual day living in here was the 1st of May. So yeah, your girl became a Houston citizen on like, you know, May, really April, but we're gonna say May 1st just to be like technical and get all everything together. So yeah, that's basically everything with me moving. How do I like Houston so far? Me personally, I love Houston. Obviously every state will come with its own like people, drama, or whatever, but me personally, it hasn't been nothing that's like too crazy for me to where it's like, oh my god, I have to get the hell out of here. I haven't had that, and I'm thankful that I haven't had to deal or come across any people that have made me, or any situations that made me feel that way at the moment. So yeah, that's pretty much like what I got going on at the moment with me for Houston. I know a lot of questions that I do have. I'm also gonna, if I can, check on my phone for my last question to answer that I did on my story. But also, I really memorize a lot because a lot of you guys do ask like a lot of the same questions when it comes down to like me and like, you know, a lot of the things that I do. So right now my foundation looks super orange. I promise y'all everything will even out at the end. It looks super crazy right now. I already know. So, and I'm actually doing more foundation than I usually do. So I wouldn't blame y'all if y'all be like, girl, what the hell are you doing? But you just gotta trust the process. Like I always say, trust the process. But yeah, so basically right now, that's all I've been doing is just enjoying Houston, living. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys know I've been pretty much a party girl. Like since I've literally moved to Houston, I've been doing nothing but partying. I've been chilling. I've been just doing a lot of things, you know, that I wouldn't do or whatever. And also I've been dealing with, you know, my business. We went through this big rebrand right now, that rebrand and revamp that I've been working on for 2 years. So everything finally came together this past November 18th, and it did so far so good. The feedback we're getting on all new products, like shipping, customer service, everything just new with the brand has been a 10 across the board. So thank you guys so much for that as well. So yeah. The next thing I've really just been dealing with is I just been dealing with a lot of like breakups. Not even a lot, but obviously you guys know when you guys are watching my channel, when I was kind of quote unquote more consistent, I was in a relationship and we're obviously no longer together. And that was like a lot for me to deal with, me personally, and me dealing with everything that came with that breakup. That was obviously like really devastating to me and still hurtful and everything like that when it comes down to, you know, just me and my little feelings or whatever when it comes to that breakup. But I do, you know, I try to move on. I mean, not try. I'm trying to still, you know, heal and work on healing myself and getting over that situation and obviously that person and everything. But things just take time. I've never been a person that just jumps out of a relationship and gets into another. But I do try to take my time and I do try to always work on myself so that I don't drag a lot of my past like insecurities or anything that I went through in a last relationship onto someone else, because that's also, it's unattractive for one, and then for two, it's very just draining. And then making another man pay for someone else's mistakes isn't fair. You should always try to come in a relationship with someone, like with someone, giving them a clear like slate on everything you guys like, you know, have going on. So that's basically like what I've been doing with that situation. I've been having my high and low moments to where some days I feel like, oh my God, like I finally had my little breakthrough with me being over this. And then I have my other days to where it's just like, I'll just be in here just crying my eyes out and, you know, just staying in the bed for weeks or days to weeks at a time and just, you know, being sad. But I also feel like too, people move on and clearly that person has moved on, and I have to try to tell myself that as well, is that like if they're moved on and you know they're happy, they're not thinking about you, they're not thinking about the situation, do the same. Like that's really easier said than done, and a lot of my friends do give me that advice and I try to give myself that piece of advice to, but to me I feel like that just doesn't matter like to me at all. But yeah, really since like that relationship and that breakup, I've literally gained probably like 10-20 pounds. I've gained so much weight. Because at one point in time I was just eating every single day, like just eating, just like depressive eating and emotional eating. I was doing that, and then I would lose weight because then I would just not eat because I was just so sad, and I would just sleep all day. But now it's just more of like I haven't been doing any type of movement, exercise, anything like that at all. I've literally just been like, you know, working, or at one point in time I was partying like pretty much every single day, going out drinking, and obviously all that type of stuff does catch up with you. You know, we're only young, but also you have to take care of yourself. And I went from at least me being active to now it's like I literally don't touch my gym at all, and my building has a gym. So I did say that I'm gonna have to start doing that because summer is coming back around, and it's just like, dang, like girl, we just left summer and I wasn't big during summer. I was bigger than what I would like to have been, but it wasn't nothing that was like, okay girl, like you, it wasn't nothing like that for me. So yeah. And then also I did find out that I was pregnant, and I was pregnant I found out I was pregnant like the first week of the first week of June. I found out I was pregnant around that time, like the end of June, not the end of June. Yeah, like around that time, it was like the first like few days. I was pregnant, but every month I always take a test. I've always been like that because I've been on birth control now for a full year. So since then, I will always take a pregnancy test. And even when I was on birth control, I was always taking a pregnancy test at least once a month because, you know, you just never know. And I used to watch that show. I didn't know I was pregnant, and that was crazy. So that show like scarred me like forever since I was like younger or whatever, and even now obviously. So I took a test and it came up positive. I ended up taking 9 tests, and they all were positive, and I was just like, what? This is crazy. Because like I said, at the time, me and the person were broken up or whatever. So I was just like, wow, this is just crazy, like that I'm really like pregnant. And I found out when I was so early to where you couldn't even see the baby. You could only see like the little sac. Like I found out literally, and I don't want to sound extra, but I literally found out I was weeks pregnant. Because I really was, like, I was so early. Like super, super, super early when it came down to me being pregnant. But yeah, I had really bad morning sickness. I was really sick, and also I had really, 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 really bad hormonal acne. Like my face was fucked. Like I gained a lot of weight because, like I said, I was eating. My cravings were literally Wingstop, it was juicy crab, and it was also golden corral. Those are the only things that I wanted to eat like during my pregnancy. And I also only wanted to eat ramen. Like whether it was spicy Korean ramen or whether it was just the normal like chicken ramen that you just get at any store. That was literally like the thing that I was just like, I had to have. And if I wasn't, it was crazy. But I don't want to really say I had like a good pregnancy, because I didn't. The circumstances that I was in when I was pregnant, it wasn't a healthy situation. So I was more stressed than anything. And I was also very depressed. Like I was so sad every single day when I was pregnant, because of just everything that came along with me finding out I was pregnant, and the emotions and just everything. It just wasn't a good situation for me. And I was going to actually keep my baby. For me, I was really excited. I was scared. I was excited, but I was just more excited. More scared, but I was more excited too when everything started coming together with me, with everything at the end. But yeah, I would literally, like, I was going to the doctor every single week. Like I didn't have an OBGYN or even like a gyno down here in Houston, due to the fact that I had just moved here and everything was still like, I was still coming off cross Atlanta stuff. And obviously I didn't feel the need for me to have to go to a doctor before I had found out I was pregnant, because I was just chilling. Like I wasn't sick or anything like that. And before I even moved, I had already did like my updated gyno and everything like that. So yeah. So I had found one. Literally Houston is so booked up to where everything is completely like booked out when it comes down to like doctor's appointments, shit, even plastic surgery, like anything you want to get done out here. It may be the same in Atlanta. Like I said, I don't know, because I've now fully transitioned out of Atlanta. I don't have anything left in Atlanta. Like my house and everything is gone out of there now. So everything is just, yeah, I wouldn't know. But I can only speak for Houston, and then I could say that everything was booked. I was not even able to get seen until literally the day I turned exactly 10 weeks. So I went to the doctor 9 weeks, 6 days. So the next day, literally I would have been exactly 10 weeks on the dot. So anyway, I end up finding out, like I said, I was pregnant and everything like that. And like I said, I was very stressed throughout my entire pregnancy, which was really bad. And I was able to hear the heartbeat, actually, and I actually still have the video of me being able to hear the heartbeat when I started going to like this little place here called Little Bellies, Houston. They have one in Atlanta too. One of my friends was telling me, she said she went there when she had first found out. That's how she found out she was pregnant, the same way I did, super early. But I didn't end up going there until like a little later. But I ended up literally finding out that I was like, everything was good, like pregnancy, everything was going fine or whatever. I heard the heartbeat and I was just like, oh my God, this is really like really real. You know what I'm saying? Like this is really like real, and this is really crazy that I really had like a baby inside of me. And to this day, I feel like it was a boy. You guys know me, I never wanted kids, but as soon as I found out I was pregnant, I was just like, I said, oh my God, what should I do? What should I do? I was like that. But also I knew deep down, like, this is something that I wanted to do and everything like that. Like everyone, like all my friends just like, you know, make sure there's something you want to do. We're going to support you no matter what, but just make sure. Cause like I said, once you get past that mark of abortion, it's just like, yeah, like girl, you have to literally like really figure out what you want to do. But I knew, I was just like, I knew at first I didn't want to keep it, but at first I didn't. But when I like every day I would just, you know, like talk to my baby and And everything like that, it was just like becoming more real to me. And then for once in my life, like I didn't feel like alone, if that makes sense. I never felt by myself. I've always had like an alone type feel just because of the circumstances I am in my life at the moment, and I have been for like the last like 3 years. But me actually like, you know, going to the doctor, hearing the heartbeat, but also just me knowing that it's just like, oh my God. Like I would watch my video when I first heard the heartbeat, like back to back to back. Like it was just like, I would go to sleep, like crying and like just watching the video. Like it was like a sad situation, but it was more like, oh my God, I just could not believe that I was pregnant. Like I was just crazy. Like, and even me thinking about it, it's like, I could actually like smile and stuff about it now. Like, months ago, you couldn't even bring up the word pregnant to me without me bawling my eyes out. Like, it was like that. Like, I was so sad. But anyway, I ended up going to my first OBGYN appointment. Like I said, because I was only going to like little clinics because I was just very eager to just know what the hell is going on. Because it was just crazy. Like, it was crazy. But I ended up doing my first OBGYN appointment, and they did the whole rundown, you know, obviously asked all the questions, yada, 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 or whatever. And I ended up getting in there, and then they put the probe in me, and they were like, oh, well, you are only early because you're only like, you know, 9 weeks. Well, it's technically 10 weeks or whatever, that you would be, we may not be able to hear the heartbeat. So I was like, okay, that's fine. But I know I had already heard the heartbeat already. She wasn't able to hear it via like through my stomach, but the other place was. So I was just like, okay. But when they put the probe, obviously like vaginally in me, and I knew when they put it in and just how quiet it was, I was like, something's wrong. So me and obviously the baby father, like the father of the baby, we were just in there. We are just like, what's happening? Like yada yada. But I knew instantly, like when just how the doctor was, I was like the baby, like it's no sound. Like, and that was the father's first appointment, because like I said, he lived in Atlanta, I lived here. So that was the father's first appointment with me, obviously. And that just crushed me. Like when I found out that I lost the baby, I was devastated. Like I was just like, oh my God. I just couldn't even like believe like this could really be my life. Like I just like when I got home, I just laid in the bed and I just cried my eyes out. Like I just cried and I just cried and I just cried. I just cried. I was just like, you know, obviously when bad things happen to us, we always ask like, why God? And that's exactly what I did. I just ran to God and I was like, why? Like, you know, why is this happening? Like, but I knew that I was just in a really bad situation, and that I was very stressed throughout my pregnancy, and that they always say when you stress, like it's always going to show, like good or bad, like in the pregnancy. And babies, you know, when they're forming, like the first trimester is the most pivotal point when creating a baby, because that's when you're supposed to be the happiest, you know, stress free. I mean, obviously you're gonna be sick and, you know, everything like that, but just to like have that type of moment or whatever. But I was stressed my entire pregnancy. From the day I found out to the day I lost the baby, I was completely stressed. Like every single day, it was just a drama surrounding the pregnancy and just surrounding me being pregnant. So I ended up, like I said, eventually losing the baby from the stress. And the doctor said that we just miscarried due to the fact that me and his genes, like we combined, like the genes combined, and it just wasn't good. But she also said too that it was like related to stress and stuff too. So yeah, but it was just crazy because like literally like a week or two before, I had just heard the heartbeat, because I was so excited. Like I was just going to the doctor every single day if I could. Like I was really in there just going to the doctor, just being in the doctor's office all day, knowing that I like really had a baby in me. Like, but yeah, I ended up, like I said, miscarrying. You could literally see like how far I've come, because I filmed this video or like tried to do get ready with me's or even do update videos on that, and I would cry the entire video, and that's why I never posted them, because it was just me crying because I couldn't get it out. But now I really at peace with the situation. Like I don't even go. I had already like started doing the nursery and everything. I was ready, boo. Like I wasn't even out of my first trimester. I was gonna keep my pregnancy completely a secret and everything like that, just to like, you know, make sure that I wasn't stressed when I got to that point of, you know, me getting like, you know, at the point to where stillbirth and all of that. But God had other plans for me. I obviously had other plans for my ex-boyfriend, and we obviously decided, you know, that we weren't going to be together after that. We We tried, but like it wasn't anything like that we could really like do, and I think we both knew that or whatever. So once that happened, I stayed in Houston. He went back to Atlanta, and basically just drifted apart after that. Like we really, it was just a very awkward situation. Cause I was just more hurt than anything, because like I said, for once I really felt like I had a purpose, and for once I actually felt like, damn, like I'm gonna be a mom. Like it was just crazy. Like I was gonna be a mom with someone who I was like so in love with, like good or bad. Like I was so in love with my ex, like, and to this day, like if anything ever happened to him, God forbid, I would be devastated. Like I would like lose my mind. But I feel like everything happens for a reason. I feel like I used to be so mad about it. Like it used to just make me just so mad, and I used to be like, God, like what the, like how normal people, how we go through our emotions, like why did this happen, yada yada yada. But now I just look at it as a blessing in disguise. Like I said, clearly we weren't meant to be together. Clearly we weren't meant to have our child or even bring a child into this world together, because if we did, everything would have not happened. Everything would have went like completely smooth, if anything. But I feel like now, with the situation we're in, I guess it's for the best. Like when it comes down to like certain things like that, I now try to make myself look at like the positive side versus me always looking at the negative sides of things. But yeah, so I like I said, I'm still now trying to like shake that baby weight off of me, because I was literally like messed up. Like I was so big, and like I said, I was so big because I was just eating. Like I had really, really bad cravings. Like I had really, 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 really bad cravings, like for a long time, like my whole pregnancy. But I also had really bad morning sickness. Like I was sick as a dog. Like anything I ate, it just made me sick. Like I already don't drink dairy and stuff, but it's like anything I ate just made me sick. Or even the stuff that I craved, I would eat, it just made me sick. So it was just so annoying trying to find something that find something that I wanted, but it didn't make me sick. So, but yeah, that's pretty much like everything that happened with the pregnancy and everything. Do I like hate my ex or anything like that? No. Like I said, I don't hate anyone. I believe hate is such a strong word. Growing up, I used to like love to be like, oh, I hate you, and like yada yada, like shit like that or whatever. But now it's just like life is so short. I don't hate anyone. I will forever speak positive on my ex. I will never, like, I had my little moments to where it was like, F that man and y'all, but it's like, no. I feel like people, I don't even know how to explain this without it coming off as like that, but I feel like people show you who they are. You just have to believe them. And I feel like that situation between me and my ex, it was fast. We moved fast. We did everything really fast. And I feel like now, I mean, we didn't know each other, like whether we want to admit it or not. We did not learn each other at all. We didn't know nothing about each other. Really, like I said, we moved so fast with the whole entire situation. I feel like that was a lot of our downfalls too, was the fact that we didn't take the time to actually get to know each other. Because I feel like if we did, it'll either go one or two ways. We would still be together, or it'll be the fact that we actually will be like, well, maybe we really don't like each other how we think we do. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, no, the hard feelings. It used to be hard feelings. I ain't even gonna be no fake bitch. It used to be, but now it's just like, hey, that's just life. And whenever God is ready for me to actually become a mother, which I never thought I would want to be, but me being pregnant, I was so excited. Like I was so happy. I had the baby's full name. I knew it was a boy. Like I felt it, and it was a boy. I got a reading and it said it was a boy. So it was a boy, everything like that. I had gender reveal already planned. I had already put my deposit down for my gender reveal. I had the date. I had everything literally like fully together. So yeah, but like I said, I just feel like everything happens for a reason, and that was just the reason. And like I said, now I look at where we both are in our lives. Well, I don't really know what he does anymore, because like I said, we don't communicate at all, and we also are not together, and we don't follow each other or anything like that on social media. So I wouldn't really know unless it's like being brought to me. But now all of my friends know, don't bring that up to me. Don't bring up him. whatever he got going on, his girlfriend, whatever the situation is, I don't want to know. Because I know how I am with my feelings, and I know how I can get, and I know that I'm the type of person that I will dwell on things, and I know that's just not good for me and my mental. So my friends now know, and they respect my boundaries when it comes to that. And it's just like, we don't bring up my ex or that situation like at all. So yeah. My Pillsbury thing broke. But like I said, no hard feelings. But anyway, moving on. Next subject. I know a lot. I had on my last question and answer. Someone asked me, "Will I date? Would I ever date anyone that doesn't make as much money as me?" And the question is, at this moment in my life, I don't really know, because I've done that. Majority of the men that I've ever dated have never been on my financial level, which is fine with me. But I feel like for some men, they want to act like it doesn't bother them until it's an argument, or until, like, some things come out and it's like an awkward moment with the man and their pride and stuff. But me personally, I don't mind as long as the effort and everything is there. And I also feel like, too, we have to be able to know each other enough to even know if that's something I want to pursue. But right now in my life, no. I mean, not no. Right now in my life, I feel like if that's in my deck of cards, okay. But obviously, I prefer to date someone who is above my financial scale, so that I am able to learn from them and, just do different things that I would have never been able to do before. But I also feel like, too, if God has it in my cards for me to date a man who is completely, bro, my camera's about to die. It's on a different camera, so the angle and, like, everything maybe do a little different. But I really do want to go ahead and get this video done so I can upload it, because I do have to head to the airport tonight. So, yeah. But anyways, I was saying, I just feel like that's in my deck of cards, okay. But like I said, right now, I can't even imagine me dating anyone due to the fact of, I'm not even going to lie, I'm still in my feelings about my entire situation I just got out of. Like I said, people are allowed to move on and do things that they want to do. Me personally, I don't want to jump into anything until I'm 100% over me, like not over me, over the situation I was in, over that person. Because I feel like that's not a good thing, to try to jump into something when you are not completely, like, over your last person, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's basically like how I feel with that. But right now, like I said, I'm not looking or anything like that at all at the moment. But I'm also, if it does, but they always say, too, that's the best thing, when you don't look, they always come. Well, like, good things always come, or the person or whatever. But I feel like right now, a lot of my friends tell me I should just date, but I've never been a serial dater. It's either like I talk to one person, I like them, and I end up just being with them, or it's just not, I'm just not really like that. So yeah. That's pretty much like everything that I've been going through. Not like with that situation, like dating wise. But let's see. Let me find where my Mac? Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to sort through my stuff without basically being blind, honestly. But yeah, so how do I feel, like, about how my 2022 went is going? I would rate my 2022, maybe like a 5 out of 10, because I got my heart broke again, another year in a row. I end up getting, like I said, pregnant, having a miscarriage, basically. And I'm basically, that's literally what it is, a miscarriage. That hurt my feelings a lot. I end up getting my house broken into. Like, what the fuck? Obviously, that'll make anybody sad. I lost like millions of dollars worth of stuff, literally, of items that was stolen from me, and still have not been found or recovered to this day. I also had to move, but I feel like it's a 5, because I feel like this year was more like my learning year. And I just pray that next year ends up being like, okay, all of these lessons, this is like the reward, if that makes sense, of like everything you had to go through these last like 3 years. This is finally like your heaven, if that makes sense. heaven right now, because I feel like right now my life has just been in like a real repeated cycle, and I don't like it. I do not like that feeling at all, and I really, really hope and just pray that next year is really my better year. And I'm claiming it in the name of Jesus, and I'm just claiming it in general with the universe. But I just pray that everything I went through and everything I have been through this entire like last since 2020 up until now, it's like I really, really hope and pray that everything is just like, everything just comes to surface and like, okay, this is why this happened. Or I remember this happened to me last year, me speaking next year. Oh, okay, now I know how to move this way. I know how to do that. I know how to do that. But yeah, so I rate my 2020 to a 5 out of 10. And I just hope that everything does do better. But I mean, on some bright sides, I was able to buy one of my dream cars. I've been always saying I want a Rolls Royce, so I did get that. I was able to move. I always been saying I wanted to move to Houston. Obviously, under the circumstances that happened, I really didn't have a choice but to move because I knew I was not staying in weak ass Atlanta. But I also felt like that break-in was like a push that I needed, because like I said, I love Houston and I've grown just so much in this little time that I've been in Houston, and I've met so many like amazing people out here that it's just like I love it. I love Houston. I don't regret ever moving here. Like, I love everything about Houston. I love the party scene. Like, I just love everything. I think everything is fire out here. Like, I just love it. And I think it's so cool. And like I said, this is the most people I've ever interacted with. Not even trying to be funny, but in my entire life. Anybody who knows me knows I'm not a social person at all. Like, I'm not. So these are the most people I've interacted with. And I love the fact that it's like I could just interact and create like my own terms down here. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people knew obviously like who I was when I moved, but a lot of people didn't. And I think that is just so cool to me. Like, I think that was so cool to me that I was able to just come down here and start from scratch. Like, I love that feeling. I love everything about that. And I just think it's just super cool that I was able to get that opportunity to do that. Because like I said, not everyone can pick up and move and then, be okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm blessed, and I'm blessed, and I was basically blessed enough for me to be able to have that type of way. So like I said, my house got broken into. I moved out literally the next day, and I was living with my ex-boyfriend until I ended up moving to Houston. And I moved up to Houston 2 months later. My house got broken into February 13th while we were away in Jamaica for Valentine's Day trip, and we came back literally the next day on Valentine's Day. My house got broken into on the 13th. I didn't post about it until March, like later, like almost a month and a half later, with the situation. And and I ended up moving to Houston. I did everything virtually. I found out this condo. I found everything through a realtor who I trusted at the time, and I moved. I just literally moved. No one believed that I was gonna move until I literally was like, "Hey y'all, I moved literally in 2 weeks." Like, and everybody's like, "Girl, what?" And I was just like, "Yeah, I found somewhere. I flew down here. I did one walkthrough. I signed my lease the same day, and that's it." Like, that's literally just been raps ever since I moved to Houston. And every day, sometimes I wake up and I just be like, "Girl, you really moved." And I just be like, "Girl, that's..." I like the girl that's crazy. Like, no one could have ever told me that I would basically, I don't want to say cross country, because that may be like just a little extra. But to me, it is kind of cross country, because like I said, if anybody had to like reach me, it'll literally, by car, it'll take from Atlanta like 13 hours, 12 to 13 hours. But by plane, it'll literally only take an hour and like 45 minutes. But I feel like I did something incredible that was like very hard for me to do. And on top of that, I did it by myself. So I'm blessed. I'm proud of myself. And more than anything, I just feel like right now I'm just in my healing phase, and I'm just in my growing phase. And I I just can't wait for me to just really see the outcome of everything that I've been through, especially like I said this year. I'm fingers crossing and I'm praying for a complete better year next year, and I'm claiming it. I'm going to have to force that happens because I cannot go through this type of shit again next year. I refuse, because I went through a lot of these like relationship problems and everything I'm going through now last year, and I was praying to God that I wouldn't have to go through them again this year and never feel like how I felt. But obviously I am going through them again, which is fine. It's not fine, but it is fine because I don't have a choice but to go through it. It's life. So yeah, that's just everything I got going on right now, Chad. But yeah, and I could feel like even just last night I had a whole mental breakdown, child, and you would have never guessed how I'm on the camera having, like, actually having fun and laughing. Like I didn't even know that I was even going to be able to get on here and not cry. Like, and I'm like, it's crazy to me because anybody, like, literally last year, I like had, like, not last year, literally like not even a few hours like ago, because I didn't go to bed till like late last night, but it's like I had a whole mental breakdown. Like, oh my God, like what am I gonna do with my life? Like, this is just not fair. Like, all that is literally how I felt. And it's just like right today, I didn't feel the best, but me being on here and like just talking and actually like telling y'all my business, telling y'all my business, like it's just crazy. But I just have to take everything for what it is, and just like I said, just have to just live through the motions and just go through the motions with everything, and just like I said, just have to now apply everything I went through as a lesson, and just make sure that I'm just careful next time. Like, you know, next time around when it comes down to dating, I pay attention to signs, and you know what I'm saying? I just have to make sure. And that's one thing now that I do is pay attention to signs when it comes down to like certain things that I do, especially in the dating life that I have. I just pay attention. Or even now, like I said, if I'm just not in the mood, I'm just not going to be in the mood. I'm done overextending myself to people. I'm done giving to people and not receiving anything back. I'm just over that phase in my life where it's like I've always been left with the short end of the stick. And I feel like I'm a good person to where I shouldn't even have to go through all that. Like, don't get me wrong, good people go through bad things all the time, but it's just like I just now have to take everything that, like I said, I've been through as a lesson and just apply it, like everything I've been through, and just apply it as a lesson. So that's literally like my life. So yeah, I'm also working on my self-confidence. Like I said, me being in relationships that was kind of like degrading, and you know, when people get upset, like, you know, they'll name call and everything, like that's always been a lot of things that I had to deal with in a relationship that I was in. But I feel like now I just have to just, you know, just work on that and heal through that and get through that and let that, and you know, if anybody knows more than anybody, like, words hurt. Words are very, very hurtful things, and once they're said, it's like, oh my God, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, once it's said, it's said. And yeah. But yeah, once it's said, and basically you just have to just own up to what you say. So now I'm very careful with what I say to people, or, you know, certain things I do or certain things I say. And I'm a person right now to where it's like, if I offended or if I ever affect somebody with my words or let alone my actions, I always will apologize now. Like, it's more like, oh my God, like at the end of the day, I had to grow into that. And sometimes I do have moments where it's like, girl, no. But I also think about too, it's like, okay, you're not that person. Everything is perceived differently. And you just have to also just, like I said, take it for what it is. Because like I said, if I come to my friend and be like, hey, look, you made me feel a type of way, or, you know, my boyfriend or whatever, I would expect them to, you know, respect how I feel and then not degrade me or, you know, do anything like that. So yeah, that's what I just feel, and I'm working on. I hope that this video is not like so all over the place, because like I said, I am trying to like do my makeup and also like talk at the same exact time. but also, you know, watch what I say, because like I said, I don't ever want anyone to see this video and seem like I come across as like bashing or anything. Like, I don't want it to be like a social media thing. I wanted to do this video as like a, you know, a catch up, like a chit chat, get ready with me basically, and just give you guys an update on everything that I've been going through, that I literally keep in the back burner and have to go through by myself at the end of the day. So yeah, and I'll do a lot more like question and answers and stuff, because I know I live a private life. To me, I do. Like I said, y'all didn't even know I was in a relationship until I popped out with him. And then when I popped out, everybody was like, girl, what? Yeah, we was together literally 6 months before I even popped out with him. So we was together for a while, like a little minute, before I had even did anything like that. Like, child, like I be real in the back with certain things. I just feel like social media ruins a lot of relationships, and they ruin a lot of good things. So a lot of things that I just post either on my Finsta, or I just post like, you know, or I just don't at all. So yeah. But social media can definitely make something that's a beautiful moment into something that's a mess really quick. So, yeah. Whew. I'm almost done. I tried a lot of new products that I ordered from Sephora when they had that Rogue sale. So a lot of this stuff that I've even using now is new and I've never used. So, and when it comes down to my lips, I'm gonna put like 8 products on there, because my lips are naturally small. So I try to like overline, or even like use like plumping. Like the plumping gloss I'm using now that's burning the fuck out of my lips is called the Outrageous Intense Sephora lip plump, and this has my lips like crazy big and it's burning. But I like having like the look of like big lips and stuff, because like I said, my lips are just really small. But yeah, so I'm gonna spray my face down. I be drenching my face because I be putting a lot of product on here. And even though I'm literally not going anywhere, because I'm going to take this off before I head to the airport, just so when it dries, it just looks like really like, and I don't ever get flashback. Like on any of my photos, I don't get no flashback. And I think that shit is fire. So yeah. But I did get this cordless thing from Amazon today. This cordless flat iron. So I'm actually gonna do that before I have to go to the bathroom and flat iron and like redo my baby hairs and stuff. So yeah. But also, let me do an update on the house break-in too. Cause I know I touched on it briefly in like a few videos ago, but I know people were just like, okay, like girl, what's next? Like what else? Like y'all wanted more. Well, basically the people who broke into my house were called. They are, I do believe, in jail. I have not followed up with like social media or nothing to find out anything. But yeah, like I said, the only items that were stolen were some shoes, my gun, some jewelry, purses, all of my purses pretty much, and a lot of my clothes, like jackets and everything like that. So yeah, that's pretty much like everything that was took when it came down to the break-in. Only thing, like I said, the only thing that I am blessed that I was not in the house, because I would have probably been alone if we did not go on that trip to Jamaica. My ex-boyfriend probably would have been like somewhere, like, because it was Super Bowl, I do believe, that weekend, or some type of big game. He probably would have been a Super Bowl party. I probably would have just stayed home and just chilled. But I do watch back my cameras and stuff, and they did come a night that I was there. But thank God, like, I got up and used the bathroom, and they like skirted off. So they definitely were like camping out, you know, outside my house and stuff to just see like what's going on and everything like that. But like I said, I just thank God that I was not inside my house, because like I said, things could have went completely worse, and let alone completely left with the situation at hand. And like I said, nothing is worth your life, let alone not no little purse. Like I said, I have enough money. I had enough money to buy it. I could buy it again. One thing I would never do is try to risk my life over no car, no money, no jewelry, and let alone damn sure not no purse. So even if they, God forbid, they would have broken while I was in there, I would have literally, well, it probably would have been a shootout. I ain't gonna lie and try to keep it for YouTube. It definitely would have been a shootout. Like literally, it would have literally been a shootout because of how many guns in that house. It would have definitely been a shootout. Like, but I'm also a woman, and it was obviously like 4 men. So yeah, but to this day, I do have PTSD from that. Like, I just refuse to live in a house now. I went from me literally loving houses to now I have to be in the sky. I have to be in a condo. I have to be somewhere up. But I feel like a lot of people are moving into that phase now again, to where you do want to be up because you just feel more safer. And especially with all the money that everybody spends on like these designer items, you definitely want to make sure that they're protected. And also people have kids, they have everything like that going on. So I just feel like, so now, God willing, protected and, safe. And now I just move different and I just do things differently with that situation that I had. And now we're in a positive space, which is me being in Houston, and I'm in a different space, which is me being in Houston, and I wouldn't trade me moving here for the world. So yeah, so this is pretty much the final look when it comes down to I gotta blend that blush in a little bit, but just for me to go ahead and get this video uploaded on YouTube. This is the final look. Like I said, this is just a little simple everyday beat. Not even every day, because girl, I do not wear makeup every single day, but this is just a cute little side part. This is literally my signature look, which is a deep side part with a little baby hair, a swoop, and a jet black bust, like not even bust down, but jet black side part. It's always my look I get, and I don't want to put my glasses on because I think it's going to like smudge my makeup a little bit. But yeah, this is the final look with the glasses. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's chit chat. Get ready with me. I know I was all over the place and I was probably a mess. Probably done gave y'all some damn anxiety with everything I have going on right now. But this is literally not a makeup look that I do. Like, I don't use a lot of these products on a day-to-day at all. And I also don't just stick to those. But a lot of these that I did try today actually really are not a fan of. I'm not a fan of this blush at all. I'm not a fan of a lot of things like that I did try today. But I did try it, and now I could take this shit back to Sephora. Now I know that I actually don't like it. But yeah, so like I said, thank you guys so much for tuning in to my channel. Feel free to always comment. I love reading comments. I love comments. I love replying back to them. I love reading them. I love getting them. So feel free to always comment on my channel. If anything in this video resonate with you, or even have any little like suggestions or comments or anything like that you want to put on the video, please feel free to leave anything like that down below, because like I said, I am obviously never going to be the only person that's going through the things that I'm going through, but everyone like me does not have a lot of people that they can turn to talk about this stuff that they have going on. So that was a mouthful to get out, but like I said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am working on getting back into YouTube more consistently. I am, like I said, looking for a full-time editor for me to do my videos, because me editing is dead. I refuse to do it anymore. I edited a 2-hour vlog and I opened my computer and it's completely gone. And after that, I never edited it again because that completely pissed me off. So yeah, and I still to this day cannot find any of that footage. So we're just gonna just act like that just never happened and leave it at that, because yeah. But it's me trying to fix this little piece in the front, because I don't like how it's just like, it's just weird. I'm gonna have to fix up the hot comb. But anyway, yeah, so bye y'all. Literally bye.